Welcome back to Easy Friday and tonight's top story. Now, the government says controversial preacher Paul Mackenzie hired armed men and scouts to kill his followers who intended to escape from the 800-acre Shakahola forest.
Well, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki says Mackenzie had told his followers that Jesus Christ will return on June 2023 and they should die before then.
According to CS Kindiki, the followers were killed either through strangulation, suffocation, or by use of blunt objects.
Irene Muchuma-Odim has this report tonight.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kithure Kindiki told the Senate Committee on the Proliferation of Religious Organization that hired armed criminals by controversial preacher Paul Mackenzie had instructions to kill any member who attempted to run away.
Mr. Mackenzie had convinced his followers that the world would end in June, next month, Mr. Chairman. Some of Mr. Mackenzie's victims, some of them would change their mind along the way. What did he do? He had employed vicious, armed men who would supervise the starvation to death. And in the event somebody would change their mind, they would be killed using blunt objects. By bare hands, others were strangled using wires and other apparatus.
And scouts had a 3-star matched menu for every day of the week, 3 times a day.
But in the process, they are just cooking on the gravesite. There are all manner of food. In fact, inside one structure, we found a very organized menu.
Kindiki told the Dancer Mgatana-led committee that Mackenzie was deliberate in his actions, noting that he avoided the use of technology and preferred cash instead.
He must have been backing through other people. His accounts are empty. So the M-Pesa transactions are, 100 shillings from a radicalized follower, 200 shillings, 50 shillings. When it accumulates to 50,000, he withdraws.
In his report, the Interior Cabinet Secretary further disclosed that there are 10 more unopened mass graves. A total of 241 bodies have already been discovered in the expansive Shakahola forest. According to Kindiki, the deaths occurred after March 26th, 2023.
We should have done things better and differently. Includes the NIS.
This, as a report establishes that most of the Shakahola victims originated from far-flung counties away from the coast.
We'll make sure the measures we put in place outlive this administration. Because there are some people who have pretended that they know God more than any other person. Mr. Mackenzie should not be treated as a human being, as I said. But he must be preserved to face justice and to help us in deterring this from happening.
That the minister today has said action will be taken against any person who will have been found to have been wanting.
In the meantime, post-mortem examinations on the bodies of the Shakahola victims have been pushed to Monday to allow the team carrying out the autopsies a weekend's rest.
They are unable to identify them physically, so we go to scientific way of identification, which is now DNA.
A marathon of a total of 45 autopsies, 15 on Thursday and 30 on Friday, have been conducted. Irene Muchuma-Odim is a Friday.